relief as they come here. So no more wastage of time and no more wastage of man-hour that will be used for other judicious purposes. So Plateau State is indeed witnessing a number of projects. Earlier, before now, people have been asking, where are the projects? So the government is now decided to unveil those projects. So more projects to be inaugurated apart from this. And what a privilege to have the #1 citizen of the country himself inaugurating this very, very important project, which is the overhead bridge that is here located at the center city of Jos. We welcome you as we leave you to the moments of the time.
And members of the Plateau State community, and all
Well, as we await the audio and the continuation of activities, let me just mention some of the other projects that are on ground and are also built for inauguration. The General Hospital Mabudi is one of the critical projects that has been completed, and as you know, the rural areas are really in need of such facilities. Health, education, water, these are the basic needs of the residents there at the rural areas. And the government has decided in its own magnanimity to get this project on ground. So not only Mabudi has the hospitals in place, but most of the hospitals located in the local government areas, the 17 local government areas of the state, have something, a touch by the administration, where most of them have either been renovated or constructed from the scratch. We have the City Line Printing Press, Plateau Publishing Corporation, Jos, the publishers of the Nigerian Standard. So it's heartwarming to know that the Nigerian Standard is now back to life. So those that are used to Nigerian Standard and those that would want to know what is happening in Plateau State can now get copies of the Nigerian Standard. It's also online. So I know the government has worked on that, and they have resuscitated that, and you can get the news from Plateau and across. It is a World Bank assisted project, and the government of Plateau State has been commended for what they have done so far. Women and youth development is also a critical sector that this government has also intervened. So centers have been constructed, some centers have been brought to life to address the issue of women and youth development. So these are some of the programs that are on ground. Because it is a World Bank assisted project, and the government of Plateau State has been commended for what they have done so far. Women and youth development is also a critical sector that this government has also intervened. So centers have been constructed, some centers have been brought to life to address the issue of women and youth development. So these are some of the programs that are on ground. Members who have children, little children, could now work without any hindrance because their children will now be taken to those creches where they will be looked after. And it's located in no other place than the State Secretariat, where most of the government work takes place. NUJ Secretariat, for some of us, it is actually a delight because the men of the pen profession will now have a place, a conducive place to operate. That's where we come together to exchange pleasantries and to also work as partners and as stakeholders towards the betterment of our society. So the NUJ Secretariat JOS is also one of the projects that will be inaugurated. So we'll tell you more about the projects as I hand you over to the MC as we continue. The betterment of our society. So the NUJ Secretariat JOS is also one of the projects that will be inaugurated. So many other projects are coming up. So we'll tell you more about the projects as I hand you over to the
Thank you.
Distinguished invited guests. Opening prayer.
Let's be seated, please. Thank you. Your Excellency, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, His Excellency, the Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, Right Honorable Ahmed Idris Maji, His Excellency, the former Head of State, General Yakubu Gowon, GCFR, His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Plateau State, Right Honorable Simon Bakola Long, CON, KSGG, Chairman of the Northern States Governors Forum, His Excellency, the Deputy Governor of Plateau State, Professor Sonny Gwale Tioben, members of the National Assembly present, members of the Federal Executive Council present, members of the State and Security Council present, the Chairman of the All Progressives Congress in Plateau State, our dear Federal Permanent Secretary, Mrs. Kachalom Daju, and other Plateau State community right there in Abuja, the Plateau State Traditional Council's Chairman, the Bongom Josda Jacob Gyangbuba, who is here represented by His Royal Highness the Emir of Kanam, His Royal Highness Alhaji Dr. Muhammadu Muazu Babangida, the Secretary to the Government of Plateau State, the Chief of Staff, Head of Civil Service, Special Advisors, Permanent Secretaries, Local Government Chairman, the contractor Grainbog Construction Limited, our dear elders of Plateau State, and distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. President, thank you very much for accepting this onerous task of commissioning 3 projects in Plateau State, very important projects. This is the flyover, interchange, and dualization of the 1.7 kilometer road from the British American Junction to Lamingo roundabout. The Radio Diagnostic and Imaging Center in Plateau State, it's located at the Plateau Specialist Hospital, as well as the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps Command and Staff College, Lamingo, and inauguration, of course, 001-2023. Before now, Mr. President, this road has been a very difficult terrain. We want to thank you for this. Permit me to invite for the welcome address the Honorable Commissioner of Works, Plateau State, Honorable Victor Lapang, to step forward and welcome us. Thank you.
His Excellency, the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Muhammadu. His Excellency, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, President Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, His Excellency, the Deputy Speaker, Honorable Ahmed Idris Maji, His Excellency, the former Head of State, General Yakubu Gowon, GCFR, His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Plateau State, Right Honorable Simon Bakola Long, Right Honorable Simon Bakola Long, CON, KSGG. It is my pleasure to welcome most sincerely His Excellency Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, President and Commander-in-Chief of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, who has joined us virtually, and General Yakubu Gowon, GCFR, former Head of State and a proud son of Plateau. I also welcome the leader of the Rescue Administration and Executive Governor of Plateau State, His Excellency Right Honorable Simon Bakola Long, KSGG, CON, and indeed all dignitaries here present to this epoch-making event. The commissioning of the completed British America Junction Flyover, interchange and dualization of Lamingo Junction to this important occasion in our history as Plateau people. I am most grateful that we are all gathered here today. The construction of the interchange flyover at British America Junction and dualization from the British America Junction to Lamingo Junction Roundabout Road project is to address the notorious traffic gridlocks and congestion, which is of great importance and significance to the people of Plateau State. This has resulted in loss of travel times, traffic conflict, and accidents. A traffic study within the metropolis identified this junction as the most difficult, therefore it became imperative to address it. At this juncture, the Ministry of Works appreciates His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Plateau State, Right Honorable Simon Bakola Along, for awarding, funding, and completing this critical physical, civil engineering infrastructure and loadable project in the state, considering that this junction is a gateway to the northern part of the country and also an arterial road in the city on the federal roadway corridor. In line with the conditions of the Federal Ministry of Works, the government of Plateau State intervened and awarded the project to Cranebrook Construction Company at a contract sum of 13,597,776,671 naira 84 kobo. And the construction was supervised by the State and Federal Ministry of Works engineers, being an intervention project by the Plateau State government on a federal highway. The scope of works consists of 90 meters flyover bridge, 2 numbers of bridges, box and pipe culverts, reinforced concrete drains, walkways, earthworks, stone base, binder and winning course on the 1.7 kilometer dual carriageway up to Lamingo roundabout. The road also has been completed with the installation of road furniture and solar street lights. Let me appreciate all who have contributed to actualize this project. Most importantly, the contractor, Cranebrook, who has worked tirelessly to keep to the schedule and completed the project on time. Let me equally appreciate all the staff of the Federal and State Ministry of Works for your commitment and hard work. While we use this road and other roads, let us keep to the traffic rules and stay safe. As we continue with the program, I pray that the Almighty God will guide us. Thank you, and God bless you all. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, the Honorable Commissioner for Works. Your Excellency, Mr. President, permit me to invite for goodwill messages. Permit me to invite for goodwill messages, only 2 persons here today. The engineer that handled this construction, Cranebrook Construction Company, LJ Akem, to please step forward and deliver a goodwill message.
Thank you. His Excellency, the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR. His Excellency, the former Head of State of Nigeria, General Yakubu Gowon, GCFR. His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Plateau State, Right Honorable Dr. Simon Bakola Along, KSGG, CON. All other protocols are respectfully and duly observed. It gives us a great pride to welcome His Excellency and his distinguished guests to the official commissioning of the construction of flyover and interchange and dualization of 1.7 kilometers road from British American Junction to Lamingo roundabout. When the contract for this project was awarded to our company, His Excellency stressed its importance to his administration. And we are thankful that we have justified the confidence reposed in us by delivering this project, which is of the highest standard and specification, on time and on budget. This was achieved through the full support of the Executive Governor, the various line ministries, and the good people of Plateau State. We thank them for helping us deliver on our contract and also serve the good people of Plateau State better. Once again, We thank His Excellency for the privilege and opportunity to be part of this transformational project. Thank you. God bless Plateau State. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Permit me to invite for the last goodwill message His Royal Highness Alhaji Dr. Muhammadu Babangida Muazu, the Emir of Kanam, to please kindly step forward and deliver the goodwill message. Before we will invite His Excellency the Governor of Plateau State thereafter.
أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وصلى الله على النبي الكريم. Your Excellency, Mr. President, Commander-in-Chief of the Nigerian Armed Forces, Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, Your Excellency, the Governor of Plateau State, Right Honorable Samuel Bakola Long, Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor, Your Excellency, the Deputy Speaker of the Nigerian Parliament, Your Excellencies, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum. On behalf of the Plateau State Council of Chiefs and Emirs, with their mandate, we wish to express our appreciation to the government of Nigeria under your able leadership for the dividend of democracy and the achievement of peaceful coexistence throughout the 8 years of your reign. We thank you, Mr. President. We thank the Governor of Plateau State. We at the Traditional Council will continue to give fatherly advice and will continue to support the programs and policies of government. We will continue to partner with every government toward the maintenance of peace and coexistence among and between our people, because peace has been the pillar for progress and development. Plateau State have witnessed a great developmental strive under the leadership of our governor, for we have seen the peaceful coexistence for the past 8 years, and we are hoping to establish and build upon what he has given us upon his exit. Mr. President, we want to assure you that while on retirement back home, we'll continue to visit you as a father and grandfather, to continue to give us the best of advice for this country to progress in the area of peace and development. The Plateau State Council of Chiefs has achieved much, and I will continue to look forward to coming government to continue to give us the best of space, to give the best we have in the areas of advice, so that the relationship between the people and the government will continue to be cordial. We thank you and wish you the best of your outing upon the exit from the government. Thank you so much. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant each and every one of us the best of opportunity to be able to strive in various spheres of life. Thank you and thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Mr. President, His Excellency President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, permit me to at this juncture invite the man of the moment, the man who has made history in Plateau State, the man who decided that we should have some ease of space while we move here. His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Plateau State, the Right Honorable Dr. Simon Bakola Long, who saw the need for this project. We know the challenges of this area before. Today, this challenge, by the grace of God, has been addressed by our dear Governor, His Excellency, Right Honorable Simon Bakola Long. I invite you, Your Excellency, to take to this podium and then deliver your message to Nigerians and to Plateau people who are watching and who are also here at this moment. Your Excellency.
Thank you very much. His Excellency Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, former Head of State, General Yakubu Gowon, who is already on his way, His Excellency the Deputy Governor of Plateau State, Professor Sonny Gwanle Choden, distinguished senators and honorable members of the House of Representatives, members of the Federal Executive Council, members of the Plateau State Executive Council, members of the State Security Council, Secretary to the Government of the State, and the Chief of Staff, the Head of Civil Service and Special Advisors, the APC Chairman, Plateau State, Honorable Rufus Bature, our Royal Fathers present, other senior government functionaries here, the Managing Director and the Management of Staff of Cranbrook Nigeria Limited, distinguished invited guests, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen. It is with great delight that I welcome His Excellency, Mr. President Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, to the official commissioning of some projects executed by my administration. I also welcome our father, the former Head of State, General Yakubu Gowon, GCFR, for creating time to be here for this epoch-making ceremony. Your presence here means a lot to the government and the people of Plateau State. Your Excellency, I want to thank you for accepting to commission some of our projects, despite your very busy schedules and other prior engagements. For creating time to do this virtually, we are reassured of your love and support to Plateau State. We shall continue to cherish this relationship even as you leave office soon. The projects we are commissioning this afternoon are the British American Flyover and Dualization of Lamingo Roundabout, the radio diagnostics and the imaging center at the Plateau Specialist Hospital, as well as the Civil Defense Staff College in Jos. These projects are among the other 35 projects that we have executed and that are being commissioned before we hand over on May 29. Your Excellencies will recall that upon taking office in 2015, our rescue administration remained committed to completing abandoned projects we inherited from our predecessors. Some of these projects even predated the last administration, but nothing was done on them. Rather than continue in that line, we decided to change the trajectory because of the interests of our people. In the first few years of our administration, we concentrated on completing these projects, which Mr. President was gracious enough to commission some during his official visit to Plateau State in 2018. I am happy to inform you that we have since completed many others which are being commissioned in our last days in office. We just commissioned the High Court, the new High Court complex this morning. Apart from the inherited projects, we also embark on several new projects in various sectors. Many have also been completed and have been commissioned, while others are in this batch of commissioning. Those which are ongoing are at various stages of completion across the state. We hope the incoming administration will complete them. The British American Flyover and Dualization of Lamingo Junction roundabout is a project we embark upon to tackle the nightmare of citizens of the state and other road users experience in commuting through this corridor. Our decision was born out of the need to place the state on a pedestal for economic growth, knowing that the long hours people spend on traffic impedes commerce. Besides this consideration, this same road is a major carriageway that links the northeast region to the Federal Capital Territory and other parts of the country. Eventually, this project will fit into the reconstruction and the dualization of the Akwanga-Jos, Bauchi-Gombe Road, expected to be carried out by the federal government. Despite the paucity of funds and the fact that this is a federal road, our rescue administration was able to earn the goodwill of the private sector through a contract financing arrangement. The contractor, Krembok Construction Limited, brought along a finance partner, Access Bank Nigerian PLC, to provide all funds with the state government, providing the guarantee on our internally generated revenue. Following the signing of the agreement and the funding of the project has been smooth, which led to the completion of the project in record time of 12 months. In carrying out this project, we consulted with the federal government through the Ministry of Works and Housing and in a joint supervision to ensure that conditions for intervention are fulfilled while standards and specifications are adhered to. We are optimistic that the state will get a refund for this project, just as approval has been given for the reimbursement for previous ones. I want to use this opportunity to specially thank Mr. President for approving the sum of 6.6 billion naira, which we are still expecting because it's in the National Assembly for approval. Mr. President, we are very grateful. The radio diagnostics and the imaging center at the Plateau Specialist Hospital is part of our intervention in the health sector, aimed at changing the face of healthcare delivery in the state. Apart from ensuring that our citizens get the best services, we expect the ultra-modern center, which has equipment that include the Superstar MRI machine, 64 slices CT scanner, 4D ultrasound scanner, and digital X-ray machine, among others, will further deepen our efforts in making Plateau a medical tourism destination. In addition to the upgrade at the Plateau Specialist Hospital, we are going to be commissioning 3 new general hospitals in Kwal, Kanke, Mabudi, and Lantang South. Yesterday, I commissioned the General Hospital and Trauma Center in Rion, which is one of the abandoned projects inherited from the time of Governor Joshua Dare. These two, together with the legacy projects, also nearing completion, will change the face of healthcare delivery in the state. The establishment of the NSCDC Command and the Staff College Lamingo Jos and the inauguration of the COS 001 is yet another key partnership between Plateau State and the federal government towards sustaining peace and security that we have worked hard to attain in the last 8 years. We thank Mr. President for approving the college to be sited in Plateau State and pledge our commitment to supporting the institution. We are very optimistic that the college will embark on studies and capacity development that will enhance synergy with other security agencies, as well as generate the needed goodwill and cooperation from the citizens in maintaining peace and security. Unfortunately, this event is holding in a low-key manner, following the attack by criminals in some villages of Mangu where many were killed. The security is going on after these attackers to bring them to justice. Mr. President, Your Excellencies, I wish to reiterate that in our project execution, we took cognizance of the fact that the funds belong to the people of Plateau and not a particular section or group. Therefore, we were guided by the principles of fairness, justice, and equity by making sure that no part of the state was left behind. That way, we are sure that our impact will continue to be felt in all parts of the state for a very long time. Let me use the opportunity to thank once again Mr. President for all the support he has personally given me in the last 8 years. Your encouragement and goodwill has given us room to record the achievements we are celebrating today, including the federal presence in terms of projects and appointments. In the same vein, I thank our father, General Yakubu Gawan, who believed in us from the first day and continued to give us the moral support and counsel to work for the people. I am personally indebted to him because he told me he designed this place in 1974 and it was left until now we have built it. Finally, I wish to ask the citizens of Plateau State to guide these facilities jealously and ensure that they are not vandalized or damaged. May God bless Plateau State and may God bless Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of Plateau State. For want of time, we'll move straight to the next item, which is a preview of the projects. I'll invite Honorable Jafar Wiyap to please come forward and preview this. Yes, it will come on the screen. It's already there.
An impactful critical infrastructure provided by the Plateau State government under Right Honorable Barrister Simon Bakola Long, the Executive Governor of Plateau State, is the Flyover, an intersection at the famous British America Junction, township of the state capital, Jos. Before the construction of the Flyover, intersection, underpass, roundabout, and slip roads, the traffic situation at British America Junction presented a gory picture of a poorly developed township transport network. Not only did it fall short of contemporary standards, but was not a suitable component of road networks in modern township.
Before you know British America now, I mean, the road is, you will see, there's so much traffic.
This happens to be the next junction that was very notorious. We know that there were a lot of delays, traffic jam, especially during peak hours, when people go to pick their children from school and take them back.
On assumption of office, the Lalong-led administration earmarked the once chaotic British America Junction for outright reconstruction in its quest to increase access within the township, and especially that British America Junction and Bauchi Bypass are gateways to the northeastern part of Nigeria.
Among the junctions that were notorious, this happens to be one, because we identified several other junctions. We did that of Gadabu, we did that of Secretariat Junction, and of course we would have recommended for another one at Ole Airport. British America Junction is a critical junction where it's a gateway to the northeast, far north, and also the northeast.
Consequently, the township of the state capital has been provided with the third flyover bridge, interchange, underpass, roundabout, and slip roads, all of which stand out in terms of aesthetics, durability, usefulness, and timely delivery.
The project name is the construction of the British American Flyover and the dualization of the road from the British American Flyover to the Lamingo roundabout. So the project was awarded on the 11th of November 2021, and the duration of the project is 18 months, which will be next month. So we are ahead of the duration of the project by 1 month. The project consists of one flyover, as we can see, of 90 meters, a span with 220 meter retaining walls before and 100 meter after, and with a roundabout under the flyover, of course, with the side roads left and right, and a 1.7 kilometer dualization road from the British American flyover to the Lamingo roundabout. This bridge was done to American and British standard, and of course the AASHTO standards for the road design, so it is can equip any heavy load that pass on top of it.
You know, there were suggestions by citizens that we should raise a barrier here to restrict trucks from flying the road. But we said no, it's even the best for these trucks to fly the flyover.
The benefits of the intervention of the rescue administration at the British America to road users and the state are inestimable, but surely access, free flow of traffic, and pleasurable rides are firmly guaranteed.
Very, very surprised because what governor has did, we are very happy with it. Why? Because as long we are expecting all these things to be happening in Plateau State, but now we have started to see it. Most especially this site, we are very happy and we appreciate it. You reduce the hold up, to reduce the accident, reduce the all this influence of people conjunction, all this. Thank God for all this, and we need people like this. This is a development. We thank God for it.
It's a very good innovation. I would commend the government for such innovation, and they should keep it up.
By the time it is opened officially, we will now see the advantages of this project. By my own recommendation, this is a fantastic project.
All our team is from Jos State. We employed around 320 people only from Jos.
As this massive project is set for official commissioning, the Rescue Administration has continued to receive strong commendations for achieving such a huge stride in the face of paucity of funds and competing needs. The establishment of a radio diagnostic and imaging center at the Plateau State Specialist Hospital, Jos, by the Rescue Administration, ably led by His Excellency Right Honorable Barrister Simon Bako Lalong, the Executive Governor of Plateau State, only demonstrates his resolve to provide a comprehensive healthcare system and strengthen the capacity of the specialist hospital to provide an all-round healthcare service. Established at a whopping sum of over 1.7 billion naira when it becomes fully operational, the center will pride itself as second to none in the country.
This project, it is a whole structure dedicated to radio diagnostic unit of the hospital. What does that mean? It is encompassing everything radiologically to be done on a patient in this center. That comprises ultrasound scan, X-ray at the digital level, CT scan, and MRI, magnetic resonance imaging. These are the four major components that are kept in this structure. So what that means is that every patient that comes that needs, because we are migrating, we cannot remain to do the analog X-rays any longer, so I'm moving to digital. And the senior brother to digital is the CT scan, and the senior brother to the CT scan is the MRI.
To make the center very effective and enduring, the Governor Lalong administration has deliberately invested in human capacity development to check the incidence of shortage of manpower at all times.
At the approval of this system, the governor graciously approved the requisite manpower for this structure and for the department. Right now, about 35 members of manpower required are all being recruited, and a few of them that came today also partaking in the training on the machines, especially the biomedical engineer, because we are running after. We're thinking by the time they exit or they go, we might have some issues in maintaining the machines. So we decided to organize a training on the machine by the radiographers here and the biomedical engineer, who will now take care of the machine even after they've gone.
Happy days are for the people of Plateau and even beyond, as all is set for the official commissioning of the center, which will usher in an era that radio diagnostic and imaging service can be found at their doorsteps.
Basically, in modern times, diagnosis is a key to medicine. And if you get diagnosis right, you get the treatment right.
Plateau people are in for a good time. That will mean they will get a better treatment, they will get a better care for whatever as we go on.
It blew the mind of the governor was when we were sending patients to Bauchi State, because Bauchi State has this kind of machines. And on one of those occasions, one of the patients, they met bandits on the way, and you know what, you can imagine what happened. They really bastardized the patient. And the story I won't be able to continue because it's a very nasty story. But at the end of it all, it was a picture that you can see somebody traveling to access care right down to Bauchi State. Now, if it is an emergency, how do you expect the patient to survive? To go to Bauchi, maybe they will go and tell you the machine is not ready yet. You wait till the following morning before you come and do the test. It's so important that Plateau State is really getting one of its own. And I think based on that idea, the governor saw how important it is for mankind. If you are going to compare between Plateau State Specialist Hospital and Jute, I can confidently tell you we have more turnover of patients. I think basically because it's government controlled with minimal finances involved and centrally located. And I think with these key factors, the patronage will be almost unsurmountable.
No doubt, the Rescue Administration is poised to bequeath an enduring foundation for a comprehensive healthcare sector on the plateau. Pursuant to the actualization of his three-pillar policies of peace, security, and good governance, Governor Simon Bakola Long of Plateau State has never rested on his oars to evolve strategies for peaceful coexistence and robust security architecture, which are all required for good governance to thrive. Despite the enormous setbacks to the bid, Governor Simon Bakola Long remained undaunted to ensuring that a relatively peaceful and secure Plateau State continues to exist. No wonder he graciously donated a critical infrastructure of the Plateau State government to NSCDC for use.
This project is a NSCDC Command and Staff College, and the name implies it is an institution for the training of very senior officers of Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, the first of its kind for the Corps. So we are very, very, very much comfortable with the facilities as it is now on ground, and we want to say thank you very much to the government of Plateau State.
The siting of the college on the plateau is not unconnected to chiefly the disposition of the Rescue Administration to promoting peace and security of the state, among other things.
It is the magnanimity of the government of Plateau State that came up with the idea of putting on a project like this and donating it to our Corps for the purpose of our courses. And the Sherry Hills, where most institutions come for orientation, is very close to us. The weather in Jos also is conducive for learning, and that's why we choose Plateau State.
Beyond the issues of peace and security are also the issues of economic growth and development of the host community and the state at large.
I want to thank the governor of Plateau State for bringing this civil defense college here. Actually, when we heard about it, we are filled with joy. Definitely, we are going to benefit. The first benefit is security-wise. When we are told that this college is going to be established here, we were filled with joy because everybody will now sleep with his or her eyes closed.
The economic activities here will pick up. Number two, some of the course participants may decide to say, this Jos is a very nice place, they will come and settle down here, and it bring about development. And the activities of tourism will also kick off in earnest.
Under Governor Simon Bakula Long, a truly peaceful, secure, and prosperous plateau has been entrenched.
Thank you very much. Please, can we give His Excellency a round of applause? Your Excellency, Mr. President, at this juncture, I want to, on behalf of Plateau people who are eager to listen to you, invite you to address the good people of Plateau State on this wonderful occasion that we're having today. Mr. President, sir.
Your Excellency General Yakubu Gowon, GCFR, former head of state. Your Excellency the Governor of Plateau State, members of the National Assembly, the Chief of Staff, honorable ministers, honorable Commissioner of Works, and other cabinet members of Plateau State, members of Plateau State House of Assembly, members of Plateau State Judiciary, royal fathers present, religious leaders, ladies and gentlemen, I'm very delighted to be invited to the official inauguration of some projects executed by APC Rescue Administration of Governor Simon Bako Lalong across Plateau State. These projects, which cut across various sectors of the economy, are of immense benefit to the lives of the people. Let me welcome His Excellency, the former head of state, General Yakubu Gowon, for joining us, and also extend sincere regrets for my inability to physically be present due to exigencies of duty and other earlier scheduled commitments. Nevertheless, I am happy that we are inaugurating the projects carried out by the APC government in Plateau, led by Governor Simon Lalong. These projects, which include the British-American flyover and dualization to Lamingo Junction roundabout, the radio diagnostic and the imaging center at the Plateau Specialty Hospital, as well as the Civil Defense Staff College in Jos, speak of the achievements of the Lalong administration. I understand that in all, there are about 35 projects that are being commissioned as part of the winding down of the state government. I must commend the governor for embarking on the construction of the British-American Junction flyover, which is an idea that was conceived as far back as the time of Joseph Gomok and General Yakubu Gowon. Having spent some part of my military years in Jos, I am very familiar with the British-American Junction, which is a major gateway for motorists heading to northeastern part of the country. This road, which is a federal road, carries huge volume of traffic due to the economic activities along the Murtala Muhammad Way up to commercial area of terminus. Without this bridge, the students have had to endure long hours of delay in traffic, leading waste of productive time. The inauguration of this flyover and dualization will certainly bring a lot of relief to the road users and citizens at large, as well as also boost economic activities within the metropolis. Similarly, the completion of other roads executed by the government across the state will open up the interior to economic activities and also ensure greater connectivity and prosperity for the people. Governor Long deserves praise for also paying attention to the health sector through the establishment of ultra-modern radio diagnostic and imaging center at the Plateau Specialist Hospital. This state-of-the-art center will certainly bring a lot of relief for patients seeking special care who before now have to cope with high cost of logistics and charges of traveling out of the state to seek diagnostics for their cases. The ultra-modern diagnostic center at the Plateau State Specialist Hospital will complement other secondary health facilities such as the New General Hospital in Kanke, Lantang South, and Rayong local government areas. Having also successfully established a thriving Plateau State Constabulary Health Management Agency, the health standards of our people in Plateau will definitely improve through access. The commissioning of the Civil Defense Staff College in Jos and official inauguration of course 001 today will complement efforts at sustaining peace and security. Government alone has worked hard to restore peace and security to Plateau State. His efforts have yielded positive results as Plateau is no longer perceived as a place to feel unsafe. Well done, Governor Lalong. In this way, I advise the citizens of this state to continue to work with the government and security agencies in uniting against crisis merchants who seek to exploit the diversity of the state for their selfish reasons. I condemn the cases of isolated attacks on innocent citizens in the rural areas, such as the one that occurred this Tuesday, where villagers, including women, children, were killed in Kubat, Mongo local government area. The security agencies have been directed to fish out the perpetrators and ensure they face the law. During this tenure, Governor Long has demonstrated commitment to continuity in governance by carrying out projects that were inherited from the previous administrations are completed rather than leave them to waste for political or personal reasons. I recall commissioning some of them, including the Malayaban Jama'a Expressway and Secretariat Junction flyover during my visit in 2018. This is a commendable action which needs to be emulated by other states in order to avoid waste of public resources and leadiness political enmity. I challenge the incoming administration in Plateau State to build on what he has done and sustain the culture of continuity, especially in the face of dwindling resources and large infrastructure deficit. Finally, I wish to assure the government of Plateau State that the federal government shall continue to partner to build infrastructure in this state. Already, I have approved the reimbursement of 6.6 billion naira to the state for previous intervention on federal roads projects. With the federal projects being commissioned today, the state will be reimbursed in due course after due evaluation. Once again, I thank the governor for making impact on the lives of the people and leaving office on a very high note. I wish him the best of luck in his future pursuits after a much deserved rest. It is now my pleasure to invite General Yakubu Gawan to cut the tape and officially commission the project. Thank you, and God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
To take the national anthem, please.
Thank you very much. His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Plateau State, will lead His Excellency General Yakubu Gowon, GCFR, former head of state, for the commissioning of the project. He'll inspect the prototype. Just have a look at the prototype, and then we can move for the official commissioning.
No, he said, where are we?
Okay, that's the bridge.
Oh, that is. Yes, sir. And goes to Bauchi. Yes, sir.
I know the road very well.
Yes, sir.
Okay, what is happening now is that the former head of state, General Yakubu Gowon, is being shown the prototype. So I'm asking a few questions before moving to inaugurate the project.
Head of state has seen prototype, and we'll move on to commission the flyover and interchange as you'll be welcomed. One, two.
So, General Gowon is now to inaugurate the project, and as you might have witnessed, he's been shown the prototype and he's asked a few questions, and being the son of the soil, he also asked if the road network got to some particular areas within the town, and he's been assured that most of those areas that he identified have been touched. So he's now happy that at least something has been done to address such problems. So he has also shown that it is indeed his pleasure to represent the President of the nation to perform this.
Actually, you are still on. That should send them out, please.
You know why the man?
Who is this guy?
Huh? You know why you're up? Eh?
Audio.
Sorry, we have to apologize that the audio has gone off, but then, as you can see, the general is there with the governor and the other guests, and he is going to do what he is here for, and that is exactly what Plateau people have been waiting for. And I'm sure this is also good news to all Nigerians, not only to Plateau people, because as we've been told, this is a gateway to very many states around the northeast. So the motorists have always been finding it difficult passing through here. But with the completion of this project, that is now put behind. So people around here are happy. People around here are excited that this has come to pass. So we await other projects, especially even as this administration winds up and another comes in. More projects will be brought in for the people, and that is the expectation of everyone. Well, we are still battling with the audio, but I'm sure all that the general is saying is congratulating the governor, Simon Bakola Long, for ensuring that this project is executed. And a few days to go, 10 days to be specific, and to inaugurate 35 projects or so at a go. It's something commendable, and I am sure that is what General Yakubu Gowon is telling the governor. Well, as we said, more projects are going to be inaugurated. It's not only roads. We have hospitals that some have been inaugurated, some will be. We have roads spread all over the state. Like we said, 17 local government areas have a touch of this administration in critical sectors. So that is what the government is showcasing, even as the roundoff. So we have, okay, as like I told you earlier, women and youth, they are also being touched by this administration, because we have centers that have been constructed specially for them. So there are staff children crèche at the State Secretariat is in place for staff that have little children, so that they don't get distracted at work. This place has been provided for them by the state government, which will also be inaugurated. And to tell you that the NUJ, that the journalists have also have a share in this government. The NUJ Secretariat has been completed and fully furnished by the government. Kaduna State Liaison Office in Kaduna State is also going to be inaugurated very, very soon, because the government has also completed that, and it's looking really, really beautiful. Governor's Lodge Asokoro also had a touch of this administration. And as we said, education, water, and health are the basics. So he's going to do that now, the inauguration. That's all right. So it has been done. That is it. That is what we have been waiting for. The inauguration of the flyover at British America Junction is done. And also there's an interchange and dualization of 1.7 kilometer road from British American Junction to Lamingo Roundabout. Lamingo is where the Jos University Teaching Hospital is located. So to tell you that we now have free flow of traffic, especially taking patients to that hospital, has always been a problem, but now things have been addressed. So that is now a relief to the citizens. Okay, so just to tell you that it's not only the road that has been done, the street lights are also, solar powered lights are also in place to lighten the place when you come in the night. So the city of Jos is well lighted. When you come in the night, the place is bright enough for you to move around. And one thing that has been mentioned here is that the relative peace that has been enjoyed in the state since the coming in of this administration. We have enjoyed that for some time, and we want to thank the president too, who has identified with the people with the attacks that we've had recently. The people have been thrown into mourning, but we thank the president for his comforting words, and we pray that this will not come again. So we want to really thank you for staying with us, and we know that you are enjoying every sight and sound coming from you, to you from Jos, the Plateau State capital.
Thank you.
Well, talking about Plateau State, we all know that the state is unique. Its beautiful landscape, semi-temperate and climate weather in relation to climatic conditions, although situated in the tropical zone, a higher and mountainous altitude means that Plateau State has a near-temperate climate with an average temperature of between 18 degrees centigrade and 22 degrees centigrade. It is a beautiful place indeed. Oh yes, the governor is being briefed there on some of the landmarks, especially, yes, what is happening here at the flyover. A lot of work really went into it, and more is going to be seen. Oh, there's even a cake that is going to be cut. So that is wonderful. Yes, the cake is made in the form of the bridge. So, that has been done now. That is wonderful. So just to tell you that in Plateau State, there's everything that can be done. Oh, I hope it is not our bridge that will be eaten, but anyway, that's the cake that is made in the form of a bridge. So just to tell you that we will indeed enjoy flying on this bridge. So the bridge has come as a cake that will be enjoyed. The road has come as a big relief. Oh, it's the general himself that is sharing the cake, right? Okay. Oh, our father is indeed savoring the cake. The general is indeed happy with all that is happening, and he has shown it so. Indeed, Plateau is a place to be. The weather, the people, everything about Plateau State is unique. And everyone that has been to the state wouldn't want to really go back. So that is why Plateau State has been described as a miniature Nigeria. Every tribe, every nationality is here on the plateau. It's a convergence of people from all walks of life. I'm sure when they hear or sign up, I'll just take The event here is over, and guests are moving back to their seats. I'm not sure what next will be done, but with the inauguration, with the cutting of the cake and the eating of the cake, I'm sure all has come to an end. So we really want to express our appreciation for you for staying tuned with us on this live. British America Flyover interchange and dualization of 1.7-kilometer road by the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, who is here ably represented by the former Head of State, General Yakubu Gowon. We have come to the end of this live transmission from Jos. And crew of this broadcast.
Politics is defined as getting what, where,